talk about something that's been on my mind that may help someone, maybe just one person. If it reaches one person, then I've reached my goal. So basically, I want to talk about my experience. I am a mom of a boy. He's 1 year old, technically 16 months. I was in college when I found out I was pregnant, and how that can just be a really, really scary place. I just kind of want to encourage other girls out there who just found out they're pregnant, or who have a kid or expecting or whatever, and they're in school. This is to encourage you that you can do it. It's gonna be very time managing, and I'm just gonna give you tips that I did when I went to school. So around this time, this is kind of towards the end of the school year. So I found out I was pregnant, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? I gave myself a week to think about nothing. I'm just gonna go about my week and pray about it. So a week goes by, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm 24 years old. I said, why not? Why not? I'm about to graduate soon. Only got this semester and the next semester to finish. Why not? What is my excuse? And then I thought about my career. I thought about my career is in journalism. And that's a very hard career to get into. And I was like, you know what? Like, I believe that everybody is placed here for a reason, and we all have a destiny, whether it take us a little longer to get there or not. Everyone has a destiny to go towards. Maybe it's not something that your idea, because you think that you'll want something, and then you'll get it and you're just still not happy. So your destiny leads you to where you need to go. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be obedient. I'm just going to give it to God, and I'm just going to pray about it. I'm just going to let God take care of us. And that's what I did. I said, you know what, God, you got me. So there's people out there that can't even have kids, and here I am, fortunate enough to be pregnant. Who knows in the future if I would be able to ever have a baby again. So that was the scary part of just thinking about something like that. Let's get started with one. I was too embarrassed to tell any of my professors that I found out I was pregnant, but it's best to let your professors know, hey, I'm pregnant, I'm gonna be sick, I just found out. They appreciate you opening up to them and letting out what's been bothering you, so they can at least have some type of compassion there and understanding. If you're not going to communicate with your professors, they're not going to understand anything. And you can't just be like, oh, I made an F on this test because I'm pregnant. No, you got to let them know before you make the F. If you feel like you're going to make an F on that test, be like, you know what, is it something I can do? Because I just feel like I'm not gonna, because I'm sick and I'm pregnant, and I don't know, my life right now is just like crazy. I don't know, anyway. So basically, I had a lot of sick days. I had a very, very, very tough pregnancy in the beginning. I mean, I was always sick. Like, I would literally be like, I cannot get out of bed today. But it took willpower. It took me thinking, if I don't get out of bed today, I don't know what's going on. Or if I could not get out of bed, I would email my professor and be like, look, I'm feeling very sick, I gotta go to the doctor. Bring doctor notes. Go to the doctor. If you're pregnant, you have every excuse to go to the doctor. If you don't feel good, and my light just went out and it's blinking on and off again. Okay, so where was I? Very sick, and I just emailed my professors. I was like, look, I cannot come in. I am sick right now. I don't feel good. Like, can you, and I made friends. I was like, hey, y'all, like, I never talked to you during the semester before, but it's always good to have that one classmate that can just catch you up on whatever you missed. I was very sick. I made sure I had to drink. I was so sick. Like, you have to understand, I was so sick. I had to eat breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast, you're going to feel even more sick. That baby pulls everything from you. I'm not joking. It feels like they're sucking the life out of you at times. And it's just like, my doctor used a perfect example. They're like a parasite. They're a beautiful parasite, but they're like a parasite. They take everything, and you feel like it too. You're like, I just feel like I have no blood in my body. I don't know. But it's well worth it at the end. But anyway, so I would go to class. I would throw up, get ready, throw up, get ready, get dressed, get ready for school. On the way to class, throw up again, get to class. For some reason, I wouldn't throw up. I would have a bottle of Sprite. I got some pills from the doctor, which he prescribed me Zofran, and I was so mad when I found out like what the side effects were, which didn't affect my child. Anyway, I got a lot of sleep. I made sure I went to bed early. I made sure I ate. I made sure I drank a lot of water. Okay, you're gonna need it. I walked around campus, big, 9 months pregnant. Yeah, all the way till I was 9 months. All the way up until literally like I had my kid during Thanksgiving break. So I love how that was perfectly worked out, but I kind of like, if I had him early, I would have this done. So time management. Anytime you take your classes, you don't want to take a full day of classes. When you're scheduling your classes, you're like, look, I can only do 2 classes a day. I was off on Fridays, but I went to school Monday through Thursday, and I never had a Friday class. I was like, I will be here till this time to this time and have a break in between so I can eat and rest and sleep or whatever in the library, but I need space in between. So that's how I did my scheduling classes. And then once I scheduled my classes, I made sure to not take too difficult classes. Like I had political science. I'm a journalism major. So I took my last of my classes, which was my minor in political science classes, and then I had stats, which was very, very hard because I just had to take it to graduate. I couldn't avoid it any other way. So I would say I took my hardest class. I emailed all my professors and I said, hey, my name is Brittany. I'm going to be taking your class at this class, and I'm this month pregnant, this many months pregnant, and I'm expected to have the baby in November, the end of November. Like, I really need help I'm graduating. I have this long to graduate. I don't want to take a semester off. I'm just really trying to get through this. So I just kind of wanted to let you know, like, my situation, and maybe we can, work something out to, help me graduate. If I ever felt like I was going to get a response that they weren't going to help me, which none of them were like, they all wanted to help me. They all were just so nice. They had their times, but they all was like, we got you. Like, it's okay. You're fine. If you ever have a professor that's just like, I don't want to help you, drop that professor and take another one. So I would say that. And then when I got all of my syllabus, I would have all of my syllabus and I would write everything out. Like, okay, on Monday, I would study for this class. Okay, if I had a test this day, I need to study for this. Like, I was ahead of my game. Like, if a paper was due in 2 weeks, guess what? It's going to be done 2 weeks prior. Even if it's just like a rough draft, it's the fact that you got something done. When you have that energy to get it done, you'll do it. I could not pull all-nighters. When I was in college and not pregnant or whatever, I would pull all-nighters. When you're pregnant, you cannot pull all-nighters. You have to stay ahead of the game. You have to be ahead of everybody else. Like, you have to have that paper. If you have a group project, get started on your part and be like, here's my stuff. There you go. It's already done a month before. I would do everything a week before or 2 weeks before. I would not procrastinate. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot procrastinate when you are pregnant. Okay? You can lay off some things, get some rest, get back to it. Okay? Or start on the next day. But you got to get it done 2 weeks prior or a week before. Because if you try to do something that same week you're not going to get it done. Because you got too much stuff on your hands and you're pregnant. So that's one of my things that really, 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 really helped me. Like, if I knew I had an exam coming up, I would be studying my butt off. Like, it's the night before the exam. Or I would be on every chapter taking notes. If I didn't get something, I would go to my professor after, like, I took stats. I was in every class. Every time I could meet her, I was meeting her. I was like, after class, and she knew I was putting in that effort. That's why she, helped me out at the end and gave me like extra points and stuff. Because I was always in her office. If you show your professors that effort, and this is just for anybody, you show them that effort, they're going to have a little bit more leniency on you than the other students who don't ever ask for help. So the fact that they're in their office and you're going after tutorials, you're studying with groups, like, I had a tutor, like I got tutoring, like, just in case if I didn't get what my professor was saying, I was like, well, maybe somebody else can help me. I went to get a tutor. You have to stay on top of these things. Like, you have to, because if you're not, you're going to slip through the cracks and you're going to find yourself pregnant and you're going to be like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm just about to give up. It's just easier just to not do this. But no, like, you have the time to do it, okay? That's one of my tips. Let's see. What's another one? Just make sure you eat. Make sure you pack a lunch. Make sure you pack a snack, because you're going to want to snack. And if you don't eat, you're going to want to snack on something or chew on something. Drink a lot of water and stay ahead of the game. And even when I was in the hospital, I was like studying for finals. I was like, okay. But I was already studying for finals before I had the baby. So that helped me out a lot. That would be my tips. I hope I'm not missing out on anything. But if you do have any questions, just comment below. You can send me a message or just comment below and I will answer them for you. Like, cause I've been there, okay? And I've graduated and I took time off for my child after I graduated. I've always been somebody who's worked. I've always been somebody, and I had a job too. I forgot to mention that. I had a job, a side job to bring in some money. I was fortunate enough to have like financial aid and stuff like that, and I just saved my little money. I didn't spend much. I just bought money on food and I didn't really spend much. I bought stuff here and there. And then when it was time for me to buy stuff for the baby, I had a baby shower, but most of the things I did have to cover at the end of the day because, I was going through a tough time with his dad. So we were not even on speaking terms at one point. But that even got resolved. I worked part-time on the weekends, answering phone calls. I was literally sitting down selling stuff, promoting stuff, or whatever for the school. And I would go right back to, and I would study in between like class and work. Like I study in between class and work. That also can help a lot. But yeah, so that was my experience through college, and I took some time off for my kid, and now I was blessed and fortunate enough to get back into my career because I've always been a working person. I had internships. I've been involved in organizations and stuff like that before I got pregnant. And so, I did some freelancing while I I had my son. I stayed at home. I did freelancing. I had my own blog. I was writing. So that showed an effort. And I was fortunate and blessed enough to work at a news station, an NBC affiliate news station. So I'm blessed enough to get back into the groove. And I love my job. I love what I do. I love media. I love news. And I'm just so blessed because I did not think that I would be able to start in a top market and where I live. And I just feel so blessed and fortunate that I'm just here to just let you guys know that you can do it. And I was in a career where it's not like nursing where it's like, high demand of something. It's very tough to get into. And with my child, he brought me through the most toughest times where I felt so lonely. I felt so alone. I just wanted to give up. And my child literally was my dad. That, guys, it's like people calling me and I did not put my phone on airplane mode. So yeah, it's my camera's probably a little different than what it was before. But yeah, that's how I got through everything, and I'm happy now with my results, and I'm so happy how everything turned out, and I just can't wait until the future. And I'm just here to give any woman hope, to let you know that you can do this. You got this, girl. Do not be scared. It's okay. It's life-changing. It is scary, but it's not the worst thing in the world, and your life will not end. It's just the beginning of something even greater and bigger and life-changing. It's scary at first. You won't understand a lot of things, but you're put into this position for a reason, and not everyone is fortunate enough to be a mother. You know what decision you want to make at the end. I'm just letting you know mine. So thank you for taking the time out to listen to this. I hope this really helps someone. I know that when I found out I was pregnant, I was searching for single moms, successful single moms, and I wouldn't say that I'm quite successful, but I would say that I'm very accomplished and how far I've come and where I came from. So thank you for watching. Just comment below, or if you have any questions or anything, just give me an email. But thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to making more videos. So if you really like this video, you feel like it really helped you or someone, please share. Thank you guys. Love you. Mwah.